All right. Thank you, Vidya. Thank you, Soumya, for the introduction. Uh, yes, this is the key question that we are witnessing across most of the GenAI applications, which is like once you have moved out of the POCs to the productions, what does it feel like? What are the things that we are considering? And we do have some key learnings that we have derived out of our organization, which is Deutsche Telekom, world's leading digital telco, which we are operating at more than 50 countries, and we have a good digital product portfolio that we are representing right now, and we have deployed a lot of GenAI use cases right now in the organizations, not just at POC stage, but even in production. So, what are the key learnings that are there? What are the things that we are considering pretty fast, pretty in a robust manner, which is helping us to scale up our applications? Is something going to be the theme of the talk today. So I represent GenAI leadership at AI Competence Center, Deutsche Telekom, which is our global center of excellence for AI people. Just to give you a few glimpse about Deutsche Telekom, those of you who are not aware of this, it's the leading digital telco with presence in more than 50 countries, primarily headquartered in Germany and serving in German and the rest of the Europe, along with the US, alongside T-Mobiles. We do have 250 millions of mobile customers, 25 million fixed network lines, 22 million broadband customers, approximately 9 million TV customers. So we have a good customer base that gives us a good scalable problems to be solved. And not just from the customer side, even from the internal employee side, we are witnessing a lot of scalable applications with respect to the developers' efficiency or employee productivity, because we are spanning across 220,000 internal employees, strength all around the world, which is like giving us a lot of data to work around and a lot of problems to be solved. There are key focus areas, as we have been listening from a lot of other sessions, a lot of other speakers who are talking about what are the focus areas that they have been solving. We do have certain focus areas from our side as well. We are creating a lot of artificial intelligence, data science, and engineering excellence. We are creating our own language model operating system, which is working as an orchestrator for us for scalable applications. So one of the things that we are seeing is that for scalable applications, the standard frameworks which are available in open source formats may not work really well because of the challenges of security and the transactions that they can handle in a stipulated time. Hence, we are creating our own language model operating system, and that could be one of the way forwards for other organizations as well. Similarly, we are also having our own monitoring, evaluation, and observability layer being implemented within our organization, which is a culmination of a lot of products out there in the market, a lot of frameworks out there in the market, which is helping us to keep a close eye over what's happening at each stage of the GenAI workflow from the excellence point of view, so that we do not falter on the production levels and we are keeping a close eye over each of the components. Then we have developers efficiency as one of the core areas which we are focusing on. That means we are improving how people code, how people develop products, which is helping us in faster GTMs. We are also looking towards enterprise search and retrieval use cases to improve the employee productivity on a day-to-day basis, whatever functions they are belonging to. They are also trying to understand how they can quickly retrieve, search the information which is relevant for their day-to-day jobs. And then at the overall level, we are also improving the customer experiences, whether it is fiber rollout planning or strategic planning, whether it's anomaly detection within the networks, whether it's about the phone experience that we are giving them through a lot of conversational AI capabilities, or about the sales agents. That means reducing the agent handover time to the customer care agents through which our customers are interacting on a day-to-day basis. So covering all these focus areas, there are a few key learnings that I want to share with all of you today, because I come with a heavy delivery background, and that's where some of you might relate who are into core deliveries and productizations of AI, which can help you to see how you can take applications from POCs, MVPs, pilot to the production level. General application development process, which I'm sure most of you are aware of, so I won't spend much time here because this is the GenAI life cycles that everybody is following. The first key learning that I have been seeing, or we have been seeing so far, is data quality is still the critical piece for LLMs. So it's not about just the traditional AI where we used to have a good amount of focus being spent on improving the data quality. Even for the LLMs, we are seeing the same thing. Whether it's about the institutional knowledge being incurred into the system through RAG, or we are using some curated data sets for fine-tuning the models, or we are writing a few prompts, giving examples through one shot, few shot kind of a thing. Whether we are parsing our documents, parsing our knowledge bases, we are just covering it up in multiple languages. Data quality is really, really important for production level applications. Within POCs, you may get quick, good results with any kind of data, but at production level, quality is foremost important. And that's where you can also spend time on improving the quality, because we are seeing results which are 30% better than compared to a bad quality being ingested into the LLMs. So it can give you a difference of approximately 30% in your production level applications if your data quality is good enough. The second is that we are seeing a lot of pattern mining with respect to the LLM API calls within the, let's say, enterprise search and retrieval kind of a processes. The employees are spending 65 to 70% of their time on accessing world knowledge. That means they want to have general foundational models being utilized rather than RAG applications. So even if you are focusing on creating a RAG application within your enterprise network for, let's say, enterprise search and retrieval, still just try and see whether they're actually using it for RAG purposes or it is only for world level. And that is where AI adoption, the session before the lunch, which was all about AI adoption, and if the actual users are not using it, then it's of no use. So we are seeing that enterprise search and retrieval applications are being developed at a lot of organizations, but they are being used majorly for world knowledge accessing. Third trend that we are seeing is approximately, whether you are building your in-house solutions or you are buying third-party products, you are spending approximately equal amount of time, efforts, and cost on building versus buying, because everything needs customizations right now. For production, there is no ready-to-use kind of solution that's available for us in the market or for anyone. You do have to customize it, and that takes a lot of experimentations, iterations, and time, which is leading to a lot of cost and effort. So it's equivalent almost right now. As we mature, maybe we see a lot of differentiation between what you buy and versus what you build. But right now, it's kind of at a stage where we are seeing that both of these solutions are approximately equal. So whether you are buying a product or developing in-house, kind of serving the same purpose. The fourth learning that we are seeing is that in the production level applications, if you reserve certain compute capacities for the LLMs, that is helping us to reduce errors and improve the response time. So most of the models, for your understanding, are based on pay as you go. So as you are sending the request, the model would respond based on its compute capacity. But if you start reserving the compute capacity based on the application trends that you are seeing in the production, can significantly improve the error rates and the response time. And we have seen them go up by 90 and 70% respectively. So that means, with the words of, let's say, if you are using OpenAI's models for any sort of inferencing, probably start using the PTUs or provision throughputs through which you can reserve their compute capacities. The fifth key learning that we are seeing is around the annotations, around the results that we generate out of the application. Still, we have seen so many frameworks which are out there in the market, which claims to be really good in evaluations, monitoring, observability, but we feel that still human annotations, which are giving us a real-time feedback for the response generation, is still relevant. We are still relying on human annotations rather than automated metrics, and thus, the cost, the time to evaluate, the time to market also increases. And we are seeing some trends where we are seeing correlations between what humans are annotating and what we are seeing with respect to the automated results as well. So maybe in future we are able to automate the results with automated metrics to evaluate, for which we see close trends with human annotations as well. So that is something that is there for the future right now. The sixth trend that we are seeing, and I'll just go over 1 minute more. So the sixth trend that we are seeing is that we are moving, or we are seeing the change in the consumer behavior. So Deutsche Telekom also has its own T phone, which is available in market, and we are seeing that people are now moving from click-stream behavior towards more conversational behavior. What does that mean? That means that you want to have minimal click streams on your phone. You want to have more input and output with respect to natural languages, and you want to have on the fly LLM based applications that are emerging. You do not want to have most of the apps being pre-installed on your phone. You want to have them installed on the fly based on what intent you have with respect to your queries. So that kind of a trend is really going to be game changer in future. That's what we see, and that's going to define the new age AI phones. That's going to rule the market. The second last trend is around the drifts that we are observing. Gen AI verse, in our view, is complex by itself. It has models, it has parameters, it has prompting, it has data, and now whatever tech features, data features, modeling features, input features, whatever drifts you introduce into any of the Gen AI systems is adding to a lot of dynamicity. That means you have to test along all the configuration parameters. So that includes a large decision space. For production-ready applications, just focus on few configurations which works the best out of the experimentation. Do not try and test out all the combinations again and again. That's going to cost you a bombshell. And last is, we see that overusage of LLMs. 2/3 of the task can be performed without LLMs as well. So probably final response generation is mandatory, but evaluations, workflow enablers, data handling and embeddings can be done without them as well. Though we are seeing a lot of enterprises are spending too much time on using LLMs or overusing LLMs for their application, which is putting a high amount of cost on the production grade applications. Hence, just try to avoid, just try to optimize that. So in the end, I would like to conclude saying that POCs are fancy. That's fine. You can just create a buzz around your organization, your stakeholders, that this is going to work pretty well. But trust me, production is the real game. When we are seeing the application in prod, it is giving us real value for money, and we are just trying to see how much optimizations we can bring in. ROIs are now gaining traction. It was the experimental phase last year. This year, we are looking towards ROIs. We are not shying away from presenting our use cases to the stakeholder and showing the impact, business impact, which has been the talk of today's theme as well. And state of the art may not be the best technique. So you need to come up with your own customizations around the solutions, which can be really helpful in your context within your organizations. So with this, I end my session, and thank you very much for your listening.
Thank you so much.